Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Cody Blazek, and you're watching Sneaker Feature. It's a show with unique sneakers, and even more unique stories behind them. I'm joined with a very unique type of footwear. It's a brand called Who, or Who? I don't know how they would prefer to be pronounced, but you can see it's actually spelled reverse, OHW question mark. You can see in the up-close camera, the Who labeling is very minimal. They might have other styles of boxes now, but this is a pair that I had purchased not too long ago. And before we get into it, the backstory of this brand, Who is in the UK, and it's owned by two individuals. Stephen Gill and his name is Hiro Chen is his other co-founder. The unique situation with these two individuals is that they own their own factory, which means that they have a lot more control from start to finish of the exact quality that they prefer in every product. So, first inspections. This is known as the Dan boot. I saw these on their website and just loved the overall styling of it. Again, I'm a huge sucker for well-balanced material distribution, meaning like if you're gonna put leather and in this case like a felted wool on a shoe. So at first glance of this footwear, the one that I went with is the Dan boot, D-A-N, very simple. And I think the story behind it being called a Dan is that every one of their products is named after the designers behind them. The name being Who as a company, they like to highlight each individual designer. And on the back here, it has a silhouette of a person's face with a question mark in the middle. Sometimes it has a silhouette of an actual individual's face. Sometimes it has two different ones on both shoes, depending on if it's a collaborative effort or if it's a single person's idea. Now, in this Dan boot, I got the felted wool version. They come in full grain leather as well, and some with a little bit extra added flair to them. But in this case, I got the black on black because that's generally my wardrobe. This particular pair is still water resistant with a gusseted tongue. This is an old-fashioned technique of waterproofing a tongue. It's a single piece of leather that is folded, increased within itself so it doesn't let any debris or moisture inside. The other parts is it has hardware that looks like steel external, and maybe it's powder coated or painted black with a full grain toe, and again, like I mentioned, the felted wool, and then it appears to have pigskin lining inside, so it makes it a really soft fit and feel inside. Even if you don't have tall socks on, I'm sure this is going to be a comfortable boot. The other parts that I love about this brand is that they like to mix genres, and in this case they have a Phylon bottom, which is typical to athletic footwear, stitched, which is a fascinating concept in a detail sense to this type of footwear. And having it stitched, it looks like it might be novelty, or it might actually be physically bound. The novelty stitching means that it was stitched in but not holding against anything else and glued on, so it has that aesthetic. Either way, if it is stitched, it reinforces the longevity of this footwear and will make it last longer without breaking or delaminating in any situations. But yeah, so then outside of that, with the Phylon midsole, it has a full rubber bottom and it looks segmented with deep voids for flexibility in the toe. And other parts to this shoe, it's got minimal branding, almost no logos, just an emboss on the tongue. Anyways, these are again available on Who's website. Just to make sure I get the URL correct, it is whoshoes.com, but remember it's OHW, then shoes.com. It's direct to consumer, UK sizing, so always check to make sure it's going to fit. Otherwise, by all means, look them up, fall in love with other kind of footwear of theirs. I have several pairs myself, and they will be in future episodes, so look forward to those. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, by all means, write them into my comments section, and I'll make sure that the next video is the best thing you've ever seen. For right now, I'm done here. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Cody Blazek, and thank you for watching.